Okay. I'll hit record and then we'll just hold them up there for a second. And
No
then
faces? Faces or no faces?
tell you what, hold them up there with no faces first. And that's how I'll start the recording.
Okay.
Ooh.
You're already recording right now.
I am?
Yep, you are.
Was I already? Oh, super.
Yes.
Okay, well, 1, 2, 3. Hey, happy Sunday. Sunday night game changers. You have got to love these amazing women. Woo! All right. Hey, thanks for being here, gals. Thanks for being here so very much. And so here's what we're going to do. This is going to be great, you guys. We're going to actually go through our I am statements. And what I would love for you to do, if you're so inclined, and then you would like to share yours, share a few of some of your favorites and maybe hold it up so we can actually see it for a second, you know, longer than a second, because, you know, some of us are more blind than others. Some of us can see better than others. Some of us need glasses than others. And it would be great so we could see it for a second. And then what I'd like you to do when you guys share is tell us a little bit about the self-discovery, about how you found your words, and just kind of the little bit on how it came together, okay? Does that sound good? Okay, so if you guys would be so kind, would you allow me to pick the order, because I have it on screen order, so when people watch the playback, would that be okay with you? Great. Then I'm actually going to start with the directors, if that's okay. And if you could please remember the order that your name came in, that would be great. So it'll be Andrea, Cece, Whitney, Katie, Alicia, Steph, Dawn, Jenny, Dory, Fortman, Rhonda, Sherwin, Savannah. And if for any reason you're just like, no, I don't want to, that's fine. So if you choose to, that would be awesome. And then if we go in that order, that'll be great, because that's what the screen looks like. So when people play it back, score. All right.
And please mute while you're not chatting.
Oh yeah, and please mute when it's not your turn. Okay, thank you. Andrea, wanna give us a start?
Sure. Okay. So you want me, I'll just pick in a few, right? Of my favorite ones.
Yeah.
Off my lengthy list.
Yes. Yes.
So I guess my favorite ones is that I am loyal, flexible, resourceful, brave, helpful, adventurous, versatile, a truth seeker, and a child of God.
Nice.
So that's about a third of my list.
Awesome. So when you were going through it, what did you discover about yourself?
Well, I guess first of all, it was hard to get started for me.
Okay.
I kind of just I spent some time looking up a couple synonyms for a couple of these. I didn't get through all of them. And then I just started thinking about what people have said about me. So I started there, and then that kind of got the ball rolling. And, you know, I realized that it's probably a lot easier for me to list my, the negative qualities versus the positive qualities. So, yeah.
Oh, you're so smart in knowing then exactly why I wanted to do this lesson.
Oh.
Lesson, shall I say. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I have found, I guess, from a time that I maybe did this years ago without the strength finders, just like maybe, you know, Mary Kay, like sometimes we're, you know, randomly said, you know, write a list of your strengths, whatever, and it's never heard of strength finders before. And I would struggle to come up with 3 good things. So it was a lot easier than then to do it.
Awesome. I love that. All right, I'm hopeful that we're going to have time to come back. Okay, this is just going to be interesting because you guys, as your senior sales director, I'm listening to your words and I'm hearing like one or two that are like sticking out for me as I see you, okay? The same ones you're saying. Okay, where is my, okay. This is great. This is great. I see lots of head nodding. I put Andrea on spotlight, but I think what I'm going to do is if it looks like we're able to sit still and focus tonight, it looks like you guys are doing a great job of that so far. I'm not going to put spotlight on because I really do want to see your facial reactions when the person is talking, okay? Okay. Cease.
Okay, so I have a daily affirmation that I already say to myself that is our power statement that we put together at our fall retreat. Always come to events. And so I've been saying that pretty often, and I was like, oh, I should just pull that out. And I was like, you know what? No, I'm going to just kind of, you know, draw from what I come up with right away. And then from there, I used the Gallup app and just opened up each of my first 5 strengths and just pulled some words from there that either got me to the next word or were just some guidance as to how I could best find how to make it into an I am statement, or at least a couple of words. So a couple of the ones that I came up with and a couple of the ones that I was surprised that I just jotted down were problem solver, rising daily, a dreamer, a people person, willing, and then I have an arrow to pivot, watching others grow, enthusiastic, an information gatherer, a listener, and still.
Ooh. Fascinating. Fascinating. I'm holding my,
Comments.
Yep. So I want to observe, not what. Awesome. Wit. You're on mute.
There. No, I'm not. Okay. There are my guys, my words. Like Andrea, I found it kind of challenging to come up with these words, but I did not think about my strengths when I did them. I did not look up my strengths or go to the Gallup app, and maybe that was me doing my homework incorrectly. But my favorites on there are inclusive. I think I'm always the person that's opening up the circle and adding one more person into my group. And the loved part, I feel that, I know that, that's like to my core. I know that I am loved.
Awesome. You did not do it wrong. There was various ways that you could have done it. So that is how you did it is fabulous.
Great.
You're welcome. Katie.
Okay, so I didn't put a whole bunch of thought into this. I opened up the app, found my top 10 strengths, found a list of adjectives that went with those strengths, and then just picked the word that I liked the most. I picked 5 of my 10. So perceptive and intuitive. I like those instead of talking about being an empath, because this seems to talk about it being in a good way and having it be useful. Agreeable. I don't like arguments or fights or whatever. Investigative. I always want to know why something is the way it is. And they use the phrase problem oriented, which to me sounds like I'm oriented around having problems. But what I took it to mean is that I like to fix problems, and that's exactly spot on for my actual real job where I'm troubleshooting and fixing people's computers. But yeah, those ones were resonating with me.
Love it. Love it. Alicia.
All right, so for mine, I basically took a look at my top 10. I didn't go to the list of adjectives, but I just read through the insights and I tried to find a word or a small chain of words that described how I related to those insights. And so for mine, some of my favorites, let me see here, creative, connected, caring, and imaginative. I especially the caring. That's a big one for me.
Mm-hmm. Love it. You guys are just, you guys are great. Steph.
So mine, I got a long list, but my ones that stick out the most are fun, optimistic, caring, friendly, loyal, and driven. I was looking too at the website, but when I saw the list of what they had, those stuck out the most, and those were in my head before I even looked at them.
Yes. Yes. Oh, then you know you're on the right track, right?
Mhm.
They pop into your head already. Yes. Good. Donnie.
So I went to the app and I found the words to describe on each of them, and I went to my top 5, and you can see the green ones are in the same grouping and whatnot. So the resourceful was actually in 2 of my top 5. And that is definitely me. Like, I try to find a way up, around, in, around, through. How many different ways can I use this cup, this straw? How can I do this? How can I be creative? That's another word. Flexible. Obviously, I'm talkative. I don't know if that's really my favorite, but definitely it's very me. I pride myself on being open-minded, and I hope I come off entertaining. And I really try to be collaborative with when I come up with things. I actually shock people sometimes underneath me when I ask them, well, what do you think? So sometimes there were words that I didn't feel as connected to. It's not that I didn't feel that the words were correct to describe me.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not as connected, as like focused towards me. But none of the words that I read did I think, wow, that's totally not me at all. So that was kind of interesting to just focus on those top 5 strengths. And I think it was earlier today or something that Lisa said something about superpowers. So I do kind of like the idea of referring to these as not the top 5 strengths, but the top 5 superpowers.
Yep.
So
Love it. Yes. All the nodding. All the nodding. Thank you. JK.
All righty. I went through the app
Uh-huh.
and I just kind of picked out words that I felt described me the most. And then from that, I circled the few that just kind of really stuck with me. Like perceptive, because I'm always very observant when I come into a situation, like to see how I should be acting, what's acceptable, what's not. Flexible, because I always like to be, agreeable with people and not cause trouble. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes. So I'm very flexible, and that drives my husband crazy sometimes. Loyal, because once I find something, I stick right to it. I'm dependable, because I'm always there for people when they need me. And caring.
Awesome. Love it. Love it. Mom. There you
Okay.
go.
Okay, well, I wrote a very large list, but I basically described me as a physical individual rather than a mental individual, as in not mentally ill, but just mental. And then I wrote a lot of stuff down, and then I went back and added more and added more and added more, and I just kind of played off of the list that I had originally. But my first one is I'm God's kid. First and foremost, I am compassionate and passionate, enthusiastic, a mentor, intuitive, and wise. And the wisdom keeps coming from my length of life and my experiences and everyone else's experiences and what they've gone through and how they explain them. And then I think about what happens to other people in the same circumstances, and I put it all back together, and that's where it comes from.
Love it. Love it. Great job. Look at all the love Grandma's getting. Megs.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so I sat at the kitchen table and just sat in some quiet to talk to myself about this, which is funny because I do talk to myself all the time. And it was really easy for me to start. So like the first 5 were like super easy. And then I was like, okay, now I'm stuck, but I know there's more to me than this. So I then sat a little more quietly and added some more things. So here's what I've got in a nutshell. The ones that were super easy for me were I'm joyful and grateful, but I sign almost all of my thank you notes and cards, and they say with joy and gratitude. So that does not surprise me that those came to my head because those I always say. I also said intuitive as well, and energetic and witty. I think I have a funny wit, but that's just me. I did put sassy on there because I am occasionally sassy, and that's okay. And I put hardworking, strong, thoughtful, helpful, a problem solver, giving, trustworthy, and kind. And there's a few others, but those really kind of resonated with me. So that was kind of fun. It was kind of fun to have like 5 of them that just kind of stuck out, and then to really think about it, you know, and to add some of those other things too, which is really cool. So, and then this is interesting. So Lisa, I also put one on here. This is funny that I have struggled with in the past, and I'm really surrounding myself with this, and I continue to say it so that it comes true. But one of those things is loved. So I did put that on there, and I know I'm loved. I just don't always accept it very well, and so I'm trying to work on that. And so it's been one of those things that I do say to myself almost every single day so that it does manifest itself. So I put that on there too.
Wow. That's some major self-discovery right there. Wow. Great job. Rhonda.
Well, I did my first list. I just sat down and I just started writing because I've done this before and it's like, okay, I can do this. I put on sassy too because it's like, oh yes, I love to have sassy. Then I went on to Facebook and got into all this conversation with the group, which was a lot of fun for me. So then I went and I did it their way. And so I'm not creative though. That's nowhere in any of this, which is hilarious to me considering I own Snapdragon. But anyways, the things that stuck out to me the most is looking through the strength finders and breaking it down. How you can take something as I was growing up that was presented to me as a negative, and it's on one of those strength finders as a positive, and I'm like, interesting, like candid, strong-willed, opinionated, and so all of those words that are part of who I am were not necessarily presented as a good thing. So those came out in the conversation. But I picked the words that I want to focus on, and that was a winner, I am intense, and that's okay, I am visible, and I am definitely future orientated, and I'm very strong-willed. So those are kind of where I
Yes. Yes. Wow. Interesting. Isn't it interesting how a word can just go either way, and how it's said, how it is said. You could say the word nice and it could be a bad word, right? Oh, nice. All in how it's said. Interesting. Interesting. That's awesome. Sherwin.
That's me. And it's funny as we've been talking, I'm like, there's a couple more I should really probably have added. And yeah, one of them is sassy. I think I was thinking with this list of more professional or business terms, but yeah, I hear sassy a lot, but I think that's because it's with certain people. It's not with everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So multifaceted probably should have gone on here. And actually, I realized I didn't put listener. I put thinker, but I didn't put listener. And I probably actually in that just as much. But imaginative, hopeful, optimistic. One of the ones I found in the app was quality oriented. And I was like, you know what? Yes, ding, 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 because I will try to do something right, or like I look for something good before that or as opposed to like how fast can I do this or how many can I do. And that's something like I hear in my work reviews is like I always have good quality, good quality work. So that perceptive and kind of like Jenny's, like agreeable, like kind of not that I don't have any opinions, but sometimes it's like I'm okay with whatever the group wants to do. I can find something in that I'm okay with. If it's a restaurant, like I can find something that I can eat there. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I included loved because at the end of the day, even if I've had like a not great day and I feel like no one else wants to be my friend today, I'm still loved by my parents. Bare minimum, I am still loved by somebody, and it's gonna be them. So, yeah, there were definitely more things I could have added the more I thought about it, but it was a good activity.
Awesome.
I see Katie's comment and your cousin. Yes, thank you.
Savannah.
Hi. Okay, so I actually did this and then did it again because I saw that Katie was talking about how she was looking for the list, and I was like, oh no, what list? And then I panicked that I was doing it wrong. So I did it twice. I'm going to read off the first one, though, because I feel like that one is a little bit more, like, deep in my heart, personal.
Mm-hmm.
The first three that I wrote were loved, blessed, and doing my best. Those are the three things that I tell myself every day before my feet hit the floor, before I drink that cup of coffee, before I do anything. Those are my three, self-affirmations that I tell myself every day.
Wow.
And then also what resonated with me that came kind of easily, but also was not really surprising. I wrote dedicated, compassionate, and patient.
So good. So good. Man, you guys are something else. I am telling you. I think we should all say we're loved, blessed, and doing our best before our feet hit the floor. Savannah, I think you may have created a Courage Nation thing there, just so you know. Seriously, you guys, like that's really good. That's really good, Savannah. Do it. Game changer. Yes! Do it, do it, do it.
That's
Okay.
full circle right there.
Loved, blessed, doing my best. That is, oh my gosh. Okay, that which totally led me to a thought I wanted to share tonight. So how great is that? Loved, blessed, and doing my best. Dawn wrote it on her thing. We're going to write them on our things. Totally doing that. Totally doing that. Savannah, you're an influencer. You didn't even know. So when I did mine, you guys, well, so if you ever noticed some of my profiles, I have courageous, confident Christian is like, like that's my jam. Courageous, confident Christian, that's my jam. And then, so I already had those words. And then captivating came to my mind. And then so I wrote a few that, I knew, right? Like you guys wrote words you knew. Then I went to top 10 and looked up the words. Okay. Same app you guys did. I didn't use the sheet that I cheated. I went and looked them up on the app. And do you see the big one? It came up in, I don't know, 3 or 4 of my top strengths. So I don't think that's an accident. And then, but I also added around the words, entertaining, expressive, a communicator, insightful, joyful, impactful, energetic, persuasive, and Christian is at the top. And if the words, the words should make you feel good when you read them, right? Like that's what they should do, right? And what do I talk about? Impacting and influencing women's lives just like yours every single day. So the stuff that comes out, it's going to come out, right? Especially if you're already living the thing, So let me tell you what your director sees, okay? So you wrote down words. So these are words coming from you. So I'm using your word back to you. Andrea Gracielny, you are incredibly brave. Cece Lynn, you are the most incredible dreamer I have ever known. Whitney Schleline, inclusive, should say Whitney Schleline in the dictionary. Katie Sikorsky, intuitive is a badge of honor that you can definitely wear. Alicia, I used to have the Care Bear that had the heart. That was my Care Bear, and that is you. You are the Care Bear with the heart. That's you. That you are the living, breathing Care Bear with the heart. Girl, okay. Stop it. Holy mackerel. Okay. Steph Gore. Okay. You said friendly, and that one popped out for me because you're friendly in your job. You're friendly with our team. You're friendly with people you don't know. And I know Woo is one of your top 10 also. And you're just like, you're friendly. Like, yep, she's friendly. Like, we don't even have to talk to you to know you're friendly. Like, it's there, right there. You don't even have to say anything. We can see it. See it all over your face. Dawn, I love that you said superpower because you said resourceful first, and I would have thought it, said it, picked it out of your thing without you even saying it. And I can hear you saying a sentence. Oh, well, why don't we just do it like that? Well, why don't we just use this? Well, let's just look, well, here, let's just do it like this. Resourceful with a capital R and an exclamation point. For sure. Yes, for sure. JK, you are the most loyal person I have ever known in my life. You are also very sparkly. And I love how you walk into a room, and I love how you wore your sparkly dress the other night and you just stood there and you waited. Here I am. Look at me in my sparkly dress. I'm not going any further until you notice me in my sparkly dress. Right? Loyal. When she's your friend forever. She's not going anywhere. You can count on her. That's huge. Mama, you already know your superpower is being wise. Everyone who knows you knows. You come with experience, not just your own experience. You come with world experience. And you are such a trustworthy and honest person that when you share your opinion that we know is coming from wise, we trust it because we know the mindset that it's coming from and the heart that it's coming from, and that you said you were God's girl first. So we know where the wise is coming from. Yeah. Okay. Maggie Fortman, sass should be the top one. Okay, it should be right here. You could get a sass tattoo. And what makes me think of it is because you put sassy on there, and it's funny, when I read yours, I was like, that was the first thing, right? So, but this is, you guys, this is me, how I'm seeing you. So this might not be everybody's first word. This is my first word for you, okay? And I say it because you at one point had helped us develop a little bit of sass and a whole lot of class. Okay, so when I hear you saying sassy, I actually see you kicking up your tall metallic heel with the sass. She's kicking up the classy leg while she's doing the sass. Yeah. That's Mickey Portman. And that's what you're raising also. Be very proud of raising that. Yeah. Okay, Rhonda. Rhonda, did you have to say the word visible? We know it. We see it. We love it. We embrace it. I love it about you. I hope you always stay that way. Everything that we see is all the words that you said that you grew up with that may not have been used in a positive light. We see all those words in you in the most positive way you could possibly see them. That. Okay, Maggie Sherwin, you are the most imaginative person ever. And you, so specifically what made me think that was how you're doing all your online drawings. And then it shows us before and after, so we know what you had to create. And I love that you created tall pink shoes the other day with the bows on them and the ties. Yeah, perfect color. And that when I gave you the idea, or it wasn't an idea, it was an assignment really, to give everybody their gifts weekly. You're so imaginative and creative on how you come up with things. And I see that in like your social life and your business and your friends and all the theater things that you like to do. I think that you have such a great imagination. I think it keeps you very young and childlike. And that is a lifelong quality to hang on to, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Okay, Savannah. Loved, blessed, doing my best. You okay, like we don't even physically know you, Savannah, and we think that you could run the show, okay? You said one of your top words was compassionate. So compassionate. Scroll on this girl's social media for a millisecond and you can see it. And I know that is because of the strong women that you were raised by, Savannah, that you have that quality, and that quality definitely comes out in you. Definitely. So, oh gosh, you guys, it's already 8:40. Can I have a couple of minutes to close? Great. Two things. One is 3 of you use the word loved, love or loved, and that no matter what, at the end of the day, that you know that you're loved. I hope that you all know that. And you can add each and every person on this screen as someone who loves you, and then anyone who's going to watch the playback, and then the 180 whoever, however many Courage Nation members that there are. So know that you are always valued. You are always loved. Some of you mentioned that it was challenging to start the list. Some of you said it, Maggie said it was easy to start the list. So some was challenging to start. Once you got going, you were good. When it was easy to start, then it was a little challenge later. That's also your personality style and how you approach something. Some of you were afraid of doing it wrong or where you got your resources from. There's no right or wrong. This is your thing. You pulled it together how you wanted. Some of you are more influential than you know because everyone started copying it. Okay. And that is the activator in some of us that just copies the thing that was there because it was a good idea. So, oh, that's a good idea. I'll just copy it. Doing my best. So Terry Mack and I went to Menards today. And we were following someone in the parking lot. And he and I are just chatting. We're not in a hurry. He's not in a hurry. And we're following someone through the parking lot. Terry Mack is particular about how he goes into parking lots, FYI. So we're now suddenly following a slow mover through the parking lot who seems to have the same idea Terry does to go around the whole thing and then come up an aisle and whatever. What is that guy doing? What's going on? And now he's calling him by the name of the car, whatever the name of the car was. I said, he's probably simply doing his best, just like you are, because that's all we're doing at any given moment. His best or my best? Whose best is he doing? And I said, well, Terry Mack, to quote Ashley Chapman's boss from Quick Trip when she got frustrated with other coworkers, not everyone can be you, Ashley Chapman. Oh, everyone can't be me or everyone can't be Ashley. Not everyone can be Ashley and not everyone can be Terry Mack. Well, they should be. No. There's only one Terry Mack and you're it. And I said, and my coaching skills have taught me excellent ways to communicate with you and be funny at the same time. And I got out of the car and that was that. And I loved it because I used some of my very own strengths on him. I used something, Andrea said, bam. I learned something from Ashley Chapman, from her boss, that not everyone can be Andrea, Cece, Whitney, Katie, Alicia, Steph, Dawn, Jenny, Dory, Maggie, Rhonda, Maggie, and Savannah, and Lisa Mack, and no one should be. You just keep doing your best. You keep pulling out your strengths. You keep becoming the best that you are, because as you do that, and as you learn how to work with people on these, you'll have an example that Rhonda gave us the other day, that she was talking to Dan about his strengths, and he used one of them and had a better day at work. The ripple effect, the ripple effect. Maggie Sherwin, no, none of us did write limited edition. That is definitely what we are adding. And that was for Monday night. If any of you were not there, those of you not there on Monday night, I gave my 2 offspring sales directors a journal that said, you darling are limited edition. Is that what it says? You darling are limited edition? Yeah. And so Cece said we all are. So we all are. There is nobody like us, right? And we're not going to be created again, and we're not going to be regular line. There is nothing regular line about any of us, right? Okay. Wow. All right, you guys. I absolutely loved this. Did you love this? Awesome. You can unmute if you want. Okay. Wow. Great. Okay, great. So for next week, now I had a thought. It was going to be really good too. I had already thought about next week's thing. So forgive me, please. It was so good. It's in and out. For next week, let's focus on these. Okay. Let's really absorb them. Perhaps make them into positive affirmations. You could even create reminders on your phone and have these pop up as reminders on your phone. You can here's your assignment. Here's your assignment. Take your list, show it to people you love, ask them to pick out the 1 or 2, maybe glaring one or 2 that they see as your top ones. And then ask them why. And then you will be having a ripple effect of them learning about strength finders and game changers too. Yes. You like it?
Yes, don't have apprehension, ladies. I see apprehension on one face in particular. I'm not going to call out names, but don't have apprehension because we already see it clearly in you.
Yes. Yes.
And I can't imagine that anybody we trust enough to ask about this is going to look at any of these and poo-poo all over us.
Agreed. Agreed.
So,
in fact, make sure you pick the people you know that are going to give you the best possible responses that you could have.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. You guys, thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing me to go over this evening. I really wanted everyone to have an opportunity to share their words. Thank you. Love you all. We'll see you Sunday at 8. Yeah? Next Sunday at 8? The 4th.
Bye, girls.
Great.
Love you all.
Love you all. Woo, woo, woo.
Hey, Lisa, look, I've got my new earrings on.
Ooh.
Your selfie was so good.
I have to be honest, I wasn't really excited about them when I saw them on In Touch. I was like, meh, I don't think they're going to be my fave, but I really like them. Now that they're on, I've been wearing them all day.
Yes. I love it.